smiled in the dark. Can you imagine what it would be like if he couldn't see? Being blind is like living every day in the dark. Once there was a sweet blind girl who lived her whole life in darkness, yet she kept smiling. Her name was Frances Jane Crosby, and she became known around the world as the sweet singer in the night. Her family called her Fanny, but you will feel like crying when you hear her story. When she was only 6 months old, Fanny became very sick, and her parents were not able to bring her to the doctor. Without knowing it, they let someone pretend to be a doctor put the wrong ointment on the eyes, and Fanny became completely blind. Fanny was even old enough to talk when her daddy died. Fanny's mother had to take a job as a maid. Fanny's grandmother Eunice bravely accepted the task of training and caring for baby Fanny. Listening to her grandmother's voice read hour after hour from the Bible, one day Fanny decided to try repeating the words that her grandmother had just read. Young Fanny Crosby learned to memorize huge portions of the Bible. When Fanny was 10 years old, she memorized most of the New Testament and the first 5 books of the Old Testament, plus Ruth and Psalms and verses in Proverbs. When Fanny was 11, she said to her grandmother, "How I wish I could go to school." But those days there are no schools to teach blind children. Fanny prayed, "Dear Lord, please show me how I can learn like the other children." God answered her prayer. A new school called New York Institute for the Blind opened, and her mother told Fanny she can enroll there. Fanny was very happy. She shouted, "This is the happiest day of my life." At the new school for the blind, Fanny's talent blossomed. She learned to play the organ, piano, guitar, and harp. Fanny excelled as the top student in music, literature, history, and languages. With the brightest smile, Fanny Crosby said that her greatest gift was her memory. And because she was able to remember all the Bible stories and verses she had memorized as a child, she wrote over 9,000 hymns and poems in her life. No wonder she was honored by millions of people in every land. That's why she wrote the hymn, "To God Be the Glory." She wanted everyone to know who had answered her prayers and her dreams. Now it's time for us to tell someone the reason for our joy. Just like Fanny, we can tell God your possible dreams. Now you can smile and say great things He has done.